In this video of Inkpot, we're learning about transmission effect. Transmission effect is something that comes from monetary policy. So essentially we're studying monetary policy and we're learning transmission effect in a variety of different cases, with H being taking the value of 0 or infinity and so on and so forth. So what happens initially? Initially what happens is that we have an IS and LM curve which is intersecting at a point E0, and the equilibrium values are I0 and Y0. This is something we've already done in the last video. Now we're taking it forward from there. Every time we do anything in macro, we take the effect in three ways. We do it with the diagram, we do it with the equations, and we do it practically. So when I say equations, I mean by the chain, right? So let's look at the chain and practically together. What happens when M by P increases? When M by P increases, suppose the government has decided to print more money. गवर्नमेंट ने आज कुछ ज़्यादा पैसे प्रिंट किए. गवर्नमेंट ने पैसे प्रिंट किए तो वो लोगों के हाथ में पहुँचाएगी. कैसे पहुँचाएगी? How will the government make the money reach people? They will give it to the banks, and the banks will further obviously figure out a way to make sure that people take more money. So when they give it to the banks, imagine you're a bank now. आपके पास पहले इक्विलिब्रियम था, जितने पैसे आपके पास थे उतने ही पैसे की डिमांड थी आपके पास. Now suddenly RBI gives you more money, so you have the same demand but you have more money in hands, so you would want people to withdraw more. मतलब इमेजिन करो आपके पास एक ATM में अगर पहले उसमें 1000 रुपये आप डालते थे तो लोग 1000 रुपये निकाल लेते थे. Demand was equal to supply. Now you've put 1500 rupees because you have that extra 500, but nobody is willing to withdraw it. To make sure that people withdraw that money, people take out that money, the bank will reduce the rate of interest. The moment they reduce the rate of interest, by how much will they reduce the rate of interest? By 1 by k change in M by P. How do we get this? We'll just talk about that in a bit. The moment you reduce the rate of interest, investment increases. Investment increases by B change in I, राइट. जैसे ही बैंक ने रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कम किया, बैंक ने सोचा था लोग पैसा ज़्यादा विड्रॉ करेंगे, लेकिन फर्म्स ने भी बोरो ज़्यादा करना शुरू कर दिया क्योंकि फर्म्स के लिए कॉस्ट कम हो गई. फर्म्स ने जब ज़्यादा विड्रॉ किया, ज़्यादा पैसा बोरो किया और ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट करी तो वाई बढ़ेगा बिकॉज ऑफ द मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट. When the firm makes more investment, then automatically there's a multiplier effect to it. मैं एक फर्म हूँ, मैंने 100 रुपये एक्स्ट्रा खर्च किए तो किसी को हायर किया, उसने आगे फर्दर स्पेंड किया, and there is a chain which goes on. So because of the multiplier effect, your Y increases. The moment Y increases, then people feel they want to keep again more money in their hands. So money demand increases by K change in Y, because of which I again increases. Right? So this is what happens in the chain. If you look at diagrammatically, we can see here, right? So initially हम कहाँ पे थे? E0 पे. E0 पे we had I0 and Y0. Money supply increases, so our LM curve shifts rightward. We move from E0 to E1. Rate of interest कम होता है और फिर बढ़ता है. This part of an increase in the rate of interest after decreasing is called transmission effect. Alright, let's talk about it one more time. RBI ने मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज किया. RBI ने 100 रुपीज़ ज़्यादा प्रिंट किए. दे आर प्रिंटिंग more money than before, right? So bank will reduce the rate of interest. बैंक ने जैसे रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कम किया, वैसे ही फर्म्स ने ज़्यादा बोरो की और इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ाई. मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट की वजह से Y बढ़ गया. Y बढ़ा तो क्योंकि मेरे पास अब इनकम ज़्यादा है, आई वांट टू कीप मोर मनी एज कैश इन माई हैंड, माई डिमांड बढ़ा, जिसकी वजह से रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट बढ़ा. दिस रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट फॉल इज राइट हियर फ्रॉम I0 to I2, and the rate of interest increases from I2 to back to I1. This increase back is called the transmission effect, right? So हमारे को इवेंचुअली हर एक इकोनॉमी में ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है? Our objective is to increase Y as much as possible. हमारे को ये गैप बढ़ाना होता है, और ट्रांसमिशन इफेक्ट जितना कम होगा, the lower the transmission effect, जितना ट्रांसमिशन इफेक्ट कम होगा उतना ही Y increase भी ज़्यादा होगा. The Y increase will be that much more. So that's why transmission effect is an important study, because transmission effect eventually indirectly tells us by how much is the Y increasing. Alright? One more thing, how did we get this part? So this is when I is falling. This is this point to this point, right? You can actually use the equations to calculate this. I'm going to be doing this in a little bit of the time. Let's talk about background. Now background is important for LM. It wasn't important for IS. If you remember, in IS we never gave the background. Then why are we giving the background in LM? You see, IS and LM works very differently. IS works very directly. It works in a very direct manner. LM works in a very indirect manner. तो LM को समझना एक है और लिखना एक है. So LM for theory purpose is what we did abhi in some time back, and in LM indirect is for practical purpose. Practical purpose मतलब numerical अगर बनाना है या ग्राफ बनाना है, उसके लिए जो LM होता है, that is what we are going to study right now. So this is the diagram we had abhi, we have just seen right now. So LM shifts to LM1 because RBI has increased the money supply. We move from this point to this point to this point. Now we are saying we're moving from 1 to 2 to 3. Why the difference? Because eventually every economy is interested in what? Every economy is interested in increase in Y. They're not interested in anything else, they're only interested in increase in Y. So we are looking at everything from that perspective. So we want to understand from a numerical perspective, what is the gap between 1 and 2? How do we calculate that? At 1 and 2, I is constant at I naught. I know at 1, at point 1, what is my equation? Ky naught 1 minus hi naught is equal to m by p. What is the equation at 2? Ky2 minus hi naught is equal to another m by p. To differentiate, let's call it m1 by p and let's call it m2 by p. Right? If I subtract 1 from 2, I get k change in y is equal to change in m by p. So what is change in y? What is the magnitude of the shift? It's 1 by k change in m by p. Now this is something we've written right here, 1 by k change in m by p. This is my magnitude of the shift. This I need for the numerical purpose, not for the understanding purpose. Understanding we did earlier. This is for the numerical purpose, right? What is the gap between y1, y3? Y1, y3 is the equilibrium shift of income. It is the increase in equilibrium income, right? So this is given by y1, y3, which is nothing but beta change in m by p. It is nothing but beta change in m by p. If you want to understand this further, it's all given in the handouts or in the PDFs. It's all given in the PDFs, the derivation. Alright, so the numerical background is. Then we do the cases. The first case we are doing is h is equal to 0. The first case we are doing it is h is equal to 0. When we have h to be equal to 0, our LM curve is a vertical curve. What do we mean by h is equal to 0? H is equal to means that we have complete insensitivity to rate of interest. We have complete insensitivity to rate of interest. That means people will not respond to changes in rate of interest at all. So whenever rate of interest changes, people do not change their money holding. People do not change their money holding, right? Or in other words, what it means is L is equal to ky. H तो 0 है तो वो वाला टर्म है ही नहीं. So my demand is just L is equal to ky. What happens then? Again, let's look at the same thing. RBI ने पैसा बढ़ाया तो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कम किया बैंक ने, होपिंग कि लोग विड्रॉ करेंगे. लेकिन क्योंकि h 0 है इसलिए लोगों ने विड्रॉ ही नहीं किया. क्योंकि लोगों ने विड्रॉ नहीं किया इसलिए उनको कितना रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कम करना पड़ा? बहुत ज़्यादा. जब उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कम किया, ऑटोमेटिकली बिकॉज देयर इज नो h, द इंटायर इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द फॉल इन रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट वॉज सीन बाय इंक्रीज इन इन्वेस्टमेंट, विच इज़ वाई देयर इज no transmission effect. And if there is no transmission effect, then automatically rate of interest fell but it didn't increase. So rate of interest increase did not happen, which implies y increase is the maximum. क्योंकि हमारे पास y इंक्रीज किसकी वजह से आता है, I फॉल की वजह से। I फॉल करके जब I राइज ही नहीं करा तो इसलिए हमारे पास y जो है वो कम होने का मौका ही नहीं लगा। y इंक्रीज इज द मैक्सिमम। This is the polar opposite case. In this case, h is equal to infinity. This case is also known as liquidity trap. This was a case scenario seen in Japan in the early 1900s. Herein, we say the rate of interest is so low that people actually have trapped the liquidity in their hands. लोग सोचते हैं कि रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इतना कम है, हम बैंक में पैसा रखें ही क्यों। इट इज़ बेटर दैट वी कीप द मनी विद आवर सेल्स, इफ़ की एटलीस्ट कीप द मनी एट होम। तो हमें पता है कि कल को अगर रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट बढ़ जाएगा तो हम एटलीस्ट अपना पैसा बैंक पर डिपॉजिट तो कर पाएंगे। इसीलिए विद अ लो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट पीपल ट्रैप द एंटायर लिक्विडिटी इन देयर ओन हैंड्स. Also, when the rate of interest will rise even a little bit, because people have actually trapped their liquidity in their hands, that's why h is infinity. तो जैसे ही rate of interest थोड़ा सा भी बढ़ेगा, because h is equal to infinity, that's why people will keep a lot of money suddenly in the banks. People will keep a lot of money suddenly in the banks, right? So what happens here then? Initially we are here at 1. M by P increases, we move along the same curve. We move from 1 to 2. Why do we move along the same curve? अगर RBI ने पैसा प्रिंट कर भी दिया और बैंक्स को दे भी दिया, अब लोग बोलेंगे हमारे पास तो सारी लिक्विडिटी ऑलरेडी हमारे हैंड्स में, तो बैंक अगर रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट करेगा भी कम तब भी कहीं और तो जा ही नहीं सकता ना, दे विल स्टिल रिमेन एट द सेम पॉइंट. द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज ऑलरेडी सो लो दैट दे कैन फर्दर नॉट डिक्रीज द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट एट ऑल. सो दिस चेन बिकम redundant. The entire thing happens is we move from 1 to 2 and back to 1 because the rate of interest is already so low that there is no scope to further reduce the rate of interest, to further reduce ROI, because we can't do that. That's why we move back to 1, right?